Welcome to the March gathering around the pond, Sunday, March 1st. February 27, 2015. Dear family of light. Time seems to pass faster and faster, and this upcoming Sunday it is already March 1st, and at 2100 Oslo time we will once again have our monthly gathering around the pond. This is what the CCs want to share about it. And so it is time for all of you to come together once again to make way through the ethers by way of organizing your own energetic fields in such a way, the combined effects of it will once again be sufficient to move mountains out of the way, not just for you but for all. Let us explain. By now, you have become accustomed to the fact that this task that you have taken upon you, is one that encompasses so much more than what you see about you in your daily life. For you are not just here to set yourself free from the old drudgery of being a third-dimensional human, no, you are here to elevate all, and that includes those not even inhabiting your planet or your dimensional form in any way. In other words, the energetic ripples being sent out from this pond reach far and wide, further and deeper than what you perhaps can envisage at this stage of your own evolution, but nevertheless, it is an impact that is being felt in fields you perhaps have no conscious connection to at the moment. But all of these unnamed fields and invisible forces have a deep connection to you, and all the work you do to literally lighten the load for mankind will also have a beneficial impact far from these wondrous shores that you inhabit. So yes, when we say the word all, we do mean that, as your tasks to do stand alone in a vacuum. Rather they are an intrinsic component in all of existence. And as such, your rather small get-together that you will once again be staging this weekend will once again reach a huge number of souls, a number that far outnumbers the rather small number of souls currently housed within a human body that will take part in it. So once again we say know that you are indeed change makers in every sense of the word. For what you accomplish when you come together like this has no equal anywhere in creation. Again, this is not said to make you feel elevated about the sea of mankind or anyone else for that matter, it is simply to state the fact that without you, so much would not be taking place, and for this, we will once again extend our deepest gratitude. The words that are at our disposal will once again be less than what it is you will accomplish this time around by your generous efforts in generating such a powerful collective force field, for it will literally be stronger than anything you have ever created before, so once again you will be surpassing your own previous feats. And as we have already told you on numerous occasions, your ability to surpass yourself time after time is nothing less than astounding, and we do foresee another huge progress being made this time around as well. And the reason for that is simply this: during the few weeks that have passed since your last formal get-together, the energetic quotient that you as individuals can engender has risen dramatically. Not only that, you have also made some brand new channels available to yourself, channels that will simplify the transmissions going both into your field, but also the transmissions that will go through you. In other words, you will once again act both as receivers but also as transmitters, huge beacons of light that will help to serve up so much enlightened information to the rest of your own planet, but also beyond. For once something passes through your sphere of influence, and yes, we do choose that expression with care, it will have a very different characteristic once it leaves your field and travels outwards to interact with the energetic fields of others. For once it has been passing through your field, you will invariably leave your imprint on it, your signature if you will, and it is this in turn that will help to ensure that what you transmit through your own system will have an even larger impact on others than what it would have if it was simply delivered directly to them. Let us explain. Remember, you all carry a unique energetic signature, one that has no equal anywhere in creation. And the reason that it is you and no one else who were chosen to be the ground crew for this massive operation here on planet Earth, is none other than your own signature vibration. For it is your individual vibration, combined together in very specific energetic patterns, that is the foundation for this whole operation. And it is this very combined effect that in effect has been the battering ram that has allowed you as a collective to break through all of the old energetic barriers that had been set up with just this purpose in mind, to keep mankind from furthering their evolvement by stepping past all of these old limitations. But you broke through, and you did it by activating these wondrous signatures of yours one by one. And then, after the initial surge that was created by that first wave of lighthouses being turned on, you began to gather in groups great and small all over your planet, of which this group here that you have given the name the Pond is simply one of many other such vibrant hubs. And as you started to connect, your individual signatures began to sing along with those of the others, in a very unique symphony that is unlike anything created anywhere else, again because of your own individual and unique signature tune that you all carry with you. And so, what you have created here is in effect a powerhouse of vibration that rings to a frequency no one else can copy or reproduce, and so too it is with all of these similar power nodes spread over your globe. So you see, what you do, no one else can do, for only you can generate that specific sound that is being generated every time you come together to sing your tune, just as you will do once again this Sunday. And so, you will once again ensure that this frequency will be carried outwards to have an impact on everything it comes across. And what it will come across, are similar tunes being sent out from other such hubs, and when they meet up, the patterns this will create will once again multiply the combined effects, bringing the full potential of this rather small meeting up to a quantum level yet again that in turn will affect all. Again, we use many words to try to describe what is in fact indescribable in this manner, but we do think you will all feel the importance of what it is you are actually doing whilst walking around in that rather humble-looking physical vehicle of yours. For as we have told you already, your reach is indeed a wide one, as your energetic field will have an impact that far surpasses even your ability to fully comprehend it at this stage. So once again know that all of creation is sitting up in anticipation for what will take place during this upcoming manifestation of your combined powers, for the light you will be generating is enough to make even the strongest glare from your sun pale in comparison. And know that whatever you see yourself during this upcoming event, it will simply be a feeble representation of the magnitude your own light will be perceived as on our side of the veil. For what you do, no one else can do for you, and what you do, you always do for all, and for that, our gratitude knows no boundaries, just as your light no longer has any limits. And because of your light, we will all be elevated, and because of your presence here on Earth, this planet will arise alongside of you. And that is what this is all about, a collective of souls coming together to raise up what has been brought to its knees for such a long time, it had almost forgotten how to stand tall and proud. But thanks to you, now you will all do it, and you will do it together. I usually choose one of my own photos to accompany these monthly messages, but this time it turned out I was supposed to do something different. For twice this last week, I was given a very clear message that it was time for me to take out my paints and my brushes again after a long creative pause. And so yesterday, I sat down to do what the CCs had told me to do, to allow the energies to engage in conversation with the water, the pigments and the paper. I was also given very clear guidance that the water was the most important part here, for it was the water who was to be given a voice. So I went out into the forest near our house to collect water from a small brook and some snow to melt and use for these paintings. It was an intense process, and it felt just like when I sit down to channel these messages when I got ready to paint, but as soon as I opened up for the energies and got my mind out of the way, it just flowed by itself. In all I made 5 paintings, but this is the one that I have been guided to include here. I am filled with gratitude and joy when I think of what it is I am a part of here, a group of shining souls, all singing in their own unique tune, and together we have created a symphony of enlightened energy that has no equal anywhere else in creation. I will sing my heart out on Sunday, and I know my heart will be singing with joy when it hears the wonderful sound of all of you joining in. I thank you all for adding your voice to this magnificent choir, I am certain our powerful song will once again ring out loud and clear all over this planet and beyond. With love, light and eternal gratitude from me, Escher. Here are some examples of local time that corresponds with 2100 Oslo time. London 2000. Helsinki 2200. Sao Paulo 6 p.m. New York 3 p.m. El Paso 1 p.m. Los Angeles 12 p.m. Singapore 4 a.m. Monday. Tokyo 5 a.m. Monday. Sydney 7 a.m. Monday. You can find your local time here at thetimezoneconverter.com. As always, you can do this whenever you feel it is best for you. All you need to do is to sit down and connect with this energy with an intention of being a part of this gathering. The Manuscript of Survival, Part 434, February 24, 2015. By now, so much will have been irrevocably changed within you all, and as usual, the outside phenomena accompanying this internal turnaround may be hard to perceive. But again, what you see through those apertures in your head you call eyes accounts for only a small percentage of what is actually there to be perceived, so once again we will remind you that what you see is not all that you get. For there is a way to see beyond this small superficial presentation of reality, and that is by way of your heart, to use a phrasing you are more than familiar with by now. But as you already know, we are not referring to that actual organ, those cells whose main function is to literally run this show that is your physical vehicle. No, what we refer to are all those parts of you that do not actually belong inside said physical vehicle, but who have chosen to begin to interact with it in such a way, you too will begin to see beyond the physical limits. And what is it that we are trying to convey in this very roundabout way? Merely to remind you all that now, you will be given the task to literally go beyond the limits of your own body as often as possible and in as many instances as you can devise. For you see, these limitations imposed upon you by your mind are still very much confined to these fleshy boundaries, but unless you manage to transcend that, you will still be governed by this small acreage of space allotted to you by way of this vehicle. And what do we mean by that? First of all, this is not in any way an encouragement to start thinking that the very idea of transcendence implies a total disconnection from the more tangible parts of you, for there are still those still set on thinking that this is the case. For to them, there is nothing they would like more than to leave this mortal coil behind once and for all and simply drift away up into the ethers. Well, let us simply said that this is in actual fact a gross misrepresentation of why you are here in the first place. For you are not here to complete this prolonged process simply to allow yourself to shed this physical vehicle once and for all and return to that place you once came from before you started to manifest within such a corporeal existence as you have chosen to become a part of here on Earth. No, you are in actual fact here to be here in that physical vehicle, but to transcend beyond the limits of that vehicle while still residing within it. In other words, your role is to become the new human, the physical vehicle that may resemble the old one in many ways if you look at it from a superficial perspective, but who will turn out to be something so vastly different if you look at it from an energetic perspective. For you are here to become multidimensional beings yet again, but to do so while in that physical vehicle. For only by being within that physical vehicle can you manage to manifest all of the changes that need to come into being in order to change the outward appearance of this entire planet. In other words, you will change this entire planet only by changing you, but you cannot change this planet if you do not understand the need to be present here in a very physical way. And yes, we do mean that in every sense of the word, as awakening literally means being fully present within your body, within your mind and within your energy, at all times and in every way. And so, your upliftment is a profound one, for it will take place while you still walk around inside of your physical body, but a vital part of this process is to become emotionally detached from it. Not as in becoming neglectful, callous or uncaring about it, for your body is indeed the one reason that makes all of this possible in the first place. No, What we are trying to convey is that you must learn to think beyond the confines of your body and to realize that your identity is not in any way connected to this physical vehicle at all. And why is this important? Because everything you have ever experienced on this planet has been experienced from within such a body, and so, your entire identity will hinge upon what you see when you look in the mirror. For to your mind, that is you and no one else, but now, you must all train yourselves to see beyond that face, those limbs and that corpus and further out by going all the way in. Again, what you seek will be within, but once you reach far enough in, you will see just how far a reach you really have. For you are a truly limitless being, one that has no home except for that we call your heart. For your heart is that single pinprick of light that is set to your vibration, the one and only thing in existence that carries just that one signature tune, and that is where your heart is. For your heart is a photon of light, one singularity that was split off from that vast, shimmering ocean of singularities, given the task to cast about to see what would happen once your frequency started to interact with that of all of the other singularities you came across on your endless journey. And now, your journey has taken you here, to planet Earth, to be within a human body and to interact with countless other beings encased within a human body or within an animal, a plant or all of the other endless variations of life you find here. And for you, the task this time around is simply this: to finally allow that innermost part of you, that singularity of light that has no equal, no other place in all of creation, to come out from hiding so that you and everyone else around you can see you in all of your glory. For then and only then will others be able to finally release all of their own inner fire as well. And it is only by allowing that fire to burn brightly while still within this miracle of a human body you inhabit that all of these seeds of life encased within all of the other physical carriers on this planet can come fully to life once again. So allow yourself to let go of the idea of you as simply a body, but also renege all of those old ideas of the necessity to escape from that physical vehicle once and for all by simply casting it away like a discarded piece of clothing. For if that is your choice, you will step away from the path you have already chosen by coming there, and as such your job will not be terminated. Rather, you will begin anew in a new version of you as a human. So stay true to you, and stay true to your calling to let the light begin to shine out from every single part of your human being by allowing that one single part of you that is you to come alive again by saying yes to who you really are, and by embracing the very fullness of your being. For when you do that, you will feel endless, limitless and borderless, but you will never ever feel homeless ever again. For then you will know that home is where the heart is, and the heart is where the light simply is. And now, it is time for that light to be here.